In this lesson, I want to teach you about absolute reference. Remember, all other cells are relative references, and this is called an absolute reference. Exactly what it's stating. It means absolutely use that reference of a cell. Let me explain. Let's say that if I was trying to find out the commission of each one of these quarterly totals, and I wanted to put the answer here. Well, you'd think, okay, this is easy. This is F7. This is H3. So what would you normally do? We'd come over here and say equal sign begins all formulas. And we'd say H3 3 times, which is the asterisk, times F7. Now we'd hit enter. Yes, this right here is 17%. This right here, this is 17% of this number. So you'd normally use the handler. Now remember, the beauty of using the handler is you could have 500 of them down there. Now, what has happened? Well, the answers are wrong, because normally the handler works like that, to where whatever formula put here, well, it will start with calculating the next number, and it would put it here. Well, what happens with the handler? The handler does according to location. It says, okay, what you're saying is you want to multiply this times this, put the answer here. The next time the handler says, okay, if I'm going to drop down one, then you must mean multiply this times this. And the same as the next one. You must mean to multiply this times this and put the answer here. You see, the point I'm trying to make is, if you don't create an absolute reference, in other words, you want H3 to be an absolute reference, not just a reference times this number. So what do? You come up to the formula bar here, and you click in the middle of H3, which is this number, and you press F4 on your keyboard. You see what it did? Those little dollar signs are denoting that it is an absolute reference. So let's do it again. Okay, once we have the formula in there, that's the correct formula. But we click in the H3 and we press F4 and we hit enter. Now you have to go back and use the handler once again. Now watch the difference. You see? Because why? You made H3 an absolute reference. That means absolutely multiply H3 times this number. Then on the next number, you're saying absolutely use H3 and multiply times this number and give me that number. You see the difference? Without creating that as an absolute reference, it will drop down accordingly. So understand that when you're calculating something and you want it to absolutely go to one cell, you have to create that in the formula as an absolute reference. That's it.